Welcome to Cleaner Vapor's video series on building a POS system for your small business. I'm Timothy Haid. I'll be your host. I am using Filemaker 14 Pro. This video series is an extended series of videos to help the small business owner cope with the overwhelming cost of digital sales recording and accounting. Welcome back. I'm Tim Haid, I'm your host, and let's go right into your store. Today what I want to do is I want to talk a little bit. I had some people talk to me a little bit about doing the menu and about being able to use these particular keys. So the first thing that I want to do is just kind of look at what we have. We have the hot dog, chili dog, Philly dog, coleslaw, chips, fries, all of these different things. But if we go into the inventory, here's our inventory modifier. That's where you could actually have people looking at your inventory, making changes to it that we're going to allow them to do. But we're going to go into here. We have the chili dog at 101 and the iced tea at 1002. And lo and behold, we didn't put any labels in here, did we? All right, yes we did. Category. So let's exit let's sort records. There we go. There's our labels. I was kind of starting to be a little bit worried about that. Okay, so let's go straight into this and let's go edit the layout, manage scripts. And let's look at our hot dog script. Okay, so what we have is, this gives it it says if we're looking at the quantity window, so we know that if the quantity window has something in it, then it will charge for that number of quantity. Otherwise, it'll just charge one. And I know that there are if statements and else if statements and if else statements and a bunch of other different statements, and I find those they work very well in certain circumstances, but for our purposes today and for what we're basically trying to accomplish, let's just work on what we have. So this record will probably work out well for us. Let's close it down. Let's go back to our menu page. Menu 1. Okay, now we'll edit that. We're going to need a box. We're going to need, let's see, do we have any fields left? The identifier, security box, quantity window. Did we have a security box in here? We do. We have the identifier box, but I don't see the security box. So let's use the identifier box instead. I just wrote that down really quick. Now we can go in and we can change our script. So quantity window, quantity window, quantity window. Perform find, enter find mode, go to layout. Okay, well, somewhere in between here and there. Let's just go straight up here. And now what we want to do is we want to set a field. I know this isn't going to make a lot of sense to you right off the bat, so if you could just kind of follow as to what I'm trying to do. So we want to set the field as the identifier. And then the calculated result, we want to get And what we want to get is a script parameter. So let's go down here and see if we can find script parameter. This will all make sense. Let's type in script parameter. There it is. So if we just type in script parameter, we're good to go. And now what we can do is we're going to need to set a variable. So let's just set a variable. And that variable is going to be let's name it inventory number. I think we'll know what that is, right? And then that will be the identifier window. Okay. So the inventory number, and that will be the identifier. What is in that box? And let's Control S. We'll just save that. We're going to close out of that. Now, if we go to the chili dog, let's go really quick back to our inventory admin page. And what we want to do is we want to write down the hot dog number, and that's 1000, as you can tell. And then 1001 is the chili dog, and 1002 is the iced tea, and 1003 we don't currently have a name for that. But you can fill these in and add your modifiers as you decide to do. So let's go back to our menu 1 page. And we're going to edit the layout. We're going to double click on this. And it's going to say, what do you want to do? Well, we want to click on this little scripting thing next to it. And it says the 1000 hot dog number. And we're going to add the number 1000. We're going to say OK. Now let's double click on the chili dog. And we're going to tell it to perform the script and the 1000 hot dog. And down here an optional script parameter. Now is this starting to make sense? Because now we're in the script parameter. The chili dog is 1001, I believe. I didn't write down exactly what it was. I think the iced tea is 1002. And so we can go over here and we can click on the iced tea. We can tell it to perform a script. The hot dog script, 1002. If I'm wrong, don't worry, I will fix it. It's not that big of a deal. But I do need to go back in. I need to look at that script because I'm pretty sure it says set field inventory 1000. Well, we can't have this. What we need to do is we need to set that field to the script parameter. So it's going to be inventory number instead of this 1000. So we will set the field. There's a target field calculated result. We're just going to move it down here and we're going to type in $ inventory number. And remember, it has to look exactly like it does here. So make absolutely positive that it is correct. And then OK. Control S will save it. And we can close out. Now if we exit the layout, you'll see that our iced tea button lights up, our chili dog button lights up, and our hot dog button lights up. So let's go to the invoice and see. Make sure our invoices is clear. We have nothing on the invoice. And we'll go to the menu, charge 1 hot dog, 1 chili dog, and 2 iced teas. Now if we go to the invoice, we see the hot dog, the chili dog with no price, and the iced tea with no price. How interesting is that? So we didn't put a price in on those. So go back to the menu. The chili dog is $4.50 and the iced tea is $1.50. So write those numbers down. Now, this is kind of reverse engineering. Most of the time what we would do is we would have these prices already set. But we're going to go back into the inventory admin section. We'll sort the records. And we will see that there are no base prices here. So the base price for this is $1.50, so we can type in 1.5. And the chili dog is 4.5. Now, when we're doing this, we can do this. We can click on this, but we need to edit the layout. So where am I at? Base price. You just slide all the way over here. Okay, so the base price, we need that. We need to know that that is going to be a currency. And as when we do currency, we're going to want a fixed number of decimals and just use the system settings. These are the easiest possible ways of doing it. We're going to want to do the exact same thing on the sale price. We're going to want to go down here, change this to currency. And you could have highlighted both of them and just did them both at the same time, and that would have been just fine. Fixed number of decimals. And now if we exit the layout, we can see that we have 50 are in stock. Our stock at store 1 is 248. The stock of the plain hot dogs, let's change that. Notice it turned yellow, so let's make it to 120 hot dogs. We just received an order. And the chili dogs we have 55 of. Now here we are. So if we go ahead and let's go back to, let's do this correctly. Let's go back to our back office. Oh, look at that. We have no back office. Double click, single step. I know I'm catching up. So we want it to go to a layout. And we want a layout to be, ooh, look at that. We did not create a back office page yet. So we will just cancel that. We'll just say do nothing. So let's go back to our menu page. Exit the layout. I'm going to go to the invoice, and now we see what we have here. So we did do this, so we can go ahead and press the cash and the verified, and it'll disappear. Go back to the menu page. 1 hot dog, 1 chili dog, and how many iced teas was that? 2 iced teas. Now, what happens is it's going to fill this box with a number every single time. You can either void that by telling it to clear out that box afterwards, which is a very wise thing to do. So let's go into edit layout and manage our scripts. And so here, once we set this field and then we set a variable. So if we click on this, we can then go set field, and we can go to the identifier field, and the calculated results will be just this. OK. Click anywhere. Control S to save it, and exit. Now, if we exit the layout, it'll still have the number there. But if I add another hot dog, and now I come down here, the field is empty. So it puts it in there temporarily. And this is, as I found, this is the easiest way of doing this with the script parameter, is to actually grab the script parameter, put it into a box, then use it as a variable, and then go take it to our invoice. I've tried to do it in a more direct path, and it doesn't seem to be quite as effective. So here we now have a subtotal of $14.50. We have the tax, which the total tax amount is 73 cents, I guess, $15.23. And if we click on this button and we add, we say 20 bucks, it should automatically give us the amount of change. And that's the only button that we should be able to actually mess with. And so now, when we push the cash button, verify, cleaned it out, let's look at what we have. Number 14 is our number. Let's go back to the menu, back to the launch page, put in our secret code number. Oop, wrong code number. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go to the admin. And now when we go to daily sales 1, here's all of the numbers that we just did. So invoice number 10, invoice number 11, invoice number 12, and invoice number 13. And everything is in here under cash sales. Now in order to do the credit card sales, what we're going to do, and this is really simple, is we're going to go to our scripts window, and we have register 1 cash sales. So if we just come over here and we just click on register 1 cash sales, and then we right click on it, we can duplicate it. And now it says copy. So we can right click on it and we can rename it. So now we can name it register 1 credit sales. And click anywhere in the bottom here. Now what we're going to do is when we go to the set field and it says cash sales, we can set this field, re-specify the field to credit sales. All the other information is correct. So now if we close this out, don't forget to Control S, exit the layout, go back to our invoice. We can click on credit. This will come up. If we click on the cancel button, we can tell it to perform a single step. And what is that single step? Does anyone remember? Just type in the word close. Close popover. And that is the end of that. Verified, on the other hand, we want it to perform a script. And what script do we want it to perform? Register 1 credit card sales. And now we're done with the credit sales. The split sales, we're going to have to build a box, a very specific box for that. And that's actually going to take a little bit more, because what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to put in there some information from, oh, let me think. What we need to do is we need to be able to split it. So we will put in like an amount tendered box here, and then it will leave us what's left over, and then we'll quantify that and split it. So what's in the top box will actually go under the cash sales, and what's in the bottom box will actually go into credit card sales. So splitting it is relatively easy. It's pretty much the exact same thing, except for we need to add 2 new boxes here. And then those boxes need to be calculations as to how they work with the rest of the material. So now if we edit the layout, and let's go to number 14, you have to be careful. If you scroll with your scroll button, then you'll end up going through all of your records. This is evident while you are actually on on your computer. So this time I'm going to get a hot dog, and this time I want 3 chili dogs, and I want an iced tea. Better make it a couple iced teas. Let's go to the invoice. Here we are. Look at this. We have the hot dog. We have 3 chili dogs and a couple of iced teas. $21 in total. Now, in this case, because they're paying with a credit card, you don't have to put in $21 if you don't want to. And all you have to do is press 21. We're going to press the credit button, verify that this is a credit card sale, verified. And now when we go to our daily sales 1, we will see that here on this day, we had a $20 credit card sale and the taxes were $1. The warning messages, what I find is, like, if you put a discount button in and you want to know every time someone uses the discount button, that's where the warning message comes in. You can also program a warning button or a warning message or a message so that if someone erases something, so if we go, here's the console. If we go to the invoice page, what is it I'm looking for? I kind of lost my train of thought. I guess that the warning messages, I wonder, does this actually work? Let's go to menu, put a hot dog in there, go to the, okay. So this button does not yet work. It's been a while since I've actually done that, but so what this button actually would do is it leaves it on the invoice, but what it's going to do is it's going to remove the price basically, and it's going to put this quantity back into the inventory. That's what this button is for. So if someone were to use this button, you can go in and on your warnings and messages in your daily sales 1 here, you can actually see that someone pushed that button. So you can be items returned to stock or whatever the case might be. So that kind of ends that. So let's go to back to register 1. I think what I really want to do is I want to go to 1, 2, 3, 4, admin, inventory. This is standard inventory for records. You can add new records. This inventory portal should have actually taken me into inventory admin, because this is where you really want to be a part of, or what you want it to be. This one will have a minimum of 10. This one will do soda. Category drinks. In stock we have 65. We want to know when it gets down to 25. In stock, store number 2, we have 75. We'll also go to 25. Our base price is 1.5. Go down here to this little slider. And if we want to put it on sale, then obviously we would put a number in here. And then here this tells us that we are low stock in store number 2. So we'll add some there. Let's make it 25. And now if we go back, low stock, sort records. Why is this still telling me that we're in low stock? This should have erased itself. There must be a, we must have put a script over there, huh? What did we do with this? We have a conditional formatting? No. It's been a while. Oh, here's our conditional formatting. Inventory location to stock inventory bold text. That works. Conditional formatting, bold text. Okay. All right. Exit the layout. So that's correct. I think it probably just needs to needs to retabulate itself. Sort records. Well, we can't go to the back office from here, so we still need to build the back office portal. We have the admin portal and all of our daily sales. Okay, well, because I had a particular individual talk to me about that script, I thought it was probably best that we go ahead and talk about the script and show you how to actually fix it. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to rename this script, and I'm going to just call this, because you would have to do this script twice for 2 different registers, so you have to use it per 1 register. So we'll just call this what am I looking at? What am I looking at? God, I can't even think of a good name for it right off the top of my head. So let's just call this sales register 1 button. Now it will change, it will automatically change it everywhere. So we shouldn't have to worry about that. Next time when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about working on that, the particular button on the invoice page. This little guy right here, so that it will put these things back into inventory, and it will erase the prices here. All right, well, until next time, thank you very much for watching. If you have any notes or you want to learn something special or new or different, just let me know. You can contact me either through the messaging below or just whatever. I've had people call me, believe it or not. The whole design of this was to try and make sure that we were helping as many people as we could in small business, because the cost of having a register like this is insane. It's just so high on a month-to-month basis, something that you have to pay for constantly. And this frees you up. This program right here allows you to take it to the next level. It allows you to basically operate your store and to have everything in there that you could possibly want. I mean, you have an admin and a back office, and you can put a time clock in there, and you can, run your standard inventory lists. And if you have any ideas for something other than what I've already added to this system, I would welcome being able to do that. I would welcome your advice on something that you think that would really help your business. One of the things before we go here real quick is we went to menu 1, tables, user layouts. There's nothing there. In this particular layout, the menu 1, if you have, this is the only place that you can do this. This is the only place that you can do this, and don't ever do it with anything else, because the minute you do, what happens is if you press this duplicate button, like I just duplicated menu 1 copy. or just duplicated menu 1. If you do that in any other scenario, it automatically marries these two together. And so whatever happens on one page happens on the second page. So this page, I'm going to open it because there's no window for it. The cool thing is now I can go in, edit the layout. I can go in and I can change this. I can say, I want this to be, I want to sell candles for a living. So there's my candle. And I can change this one. Just make sure that you change every one of these. Because you don't want them to be the same. The identifier is still the same. It's okay because you can't, on register 1, you can only ever be on one page at one time. The cool thing about this is what we can do now is let's go back to the launch page. Launch page. Let's go to register 1. Here is our page. Now what we can do is we can say, you know, I think that I'm going to move this juice button. So I'm going to move the juice button, grab that bad boy, put it up there, put this one down here, get it lined out just perfect. That looks right. There it is. Now what I can do with this button is I can change the color. I could do all kinds of neat things to this button. And let's say non-food items. So on the other page, I'm going to sell candles. So I can put candles on this if I want to. I can do anything I want to with it. It doesn't have to say candles. It can just be next, or it can be more, or more is just fine. A single step. Type in the word go to layout, click the original layout, click layout, menu 1 copy. You can change that name if you want to. It doesn't have to be menu 1 copy. The cool thing is it allows you an infinite number of things that you can do. So if I go to the appearance, and you've seen me do this a million times, I am absolutely famous for changing these up and just making them something completely different. Where's the other one? I'll move that just a little bit just so I can get to that one. And this one I'm going to just go light green and a little bit darker green. Yeah, that looks good. And see the change that it's making? This, I believe, probably needs to be just a little bit darker. That's pretty neat. Okay, so we're going to close that out, but something I better do is I better change the color. No, you know what? I'm just going to leave that color like that. I'm going to change the color of the writing, though, to bright red. Perfect. Bright red, candles. Exit layout. So now we press candles and we go to our second page. Awesome. So don't forget, your store. This is coming to, and this series is coming to an end. There's really not a lot more in this particular program that I can show you that I have not already shown you. You know how to build your admin. You know how to build your back office page. Here it is, which is odd that we have a back office page. Because I thought, oh, we don't have a back office page, but we do have a back office page. You know how to build your back office page. You know how to build your administrator page. One thing that you can do is in your administrator portal, let's go here. this is your daily sales reporting. I need to put a button here. So let's edit the layout. Actually, let's not. Let's go back. Let's go back to the console. Daily sales. You know, if I'm just thinking I could put together a mini script really quick and then just tell it to sort these out, sort by date. Or I could just add a thingy here. But I think what I really want to do is I want to go in here and I want to change what this does. So instead of doing that, let's go to perform script. And we're just going to add a new one. And we're going to say, go to daily sales. So now what we're going to do is we're just type in here, type the word go to layout, daily sales 1. Then what we want to do is we want to control, where is it? Records. Because we want to sort the records. I may have to just type in sort. Sort. Sort records. And now we will perform it without dialog, and we will specify the order. We will go to its register 1 monitor by date. And click date. Ascending order is fine. Okay. 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 Now when we go to daily sales, it will automatically open them, automatically put it in the correct. And see, because we had the ascending order, the earliest is going to be in the top. So if we go back here, we manage scripts. We just put this script in there, so it should be here. Go to daily sales. Specify the order. Click on the date. Descending order. OK. Control S to save it. Exit. Now when we... I guess I must have ended up with an extra copy of that somewhere. No biggie. I can take care of that. Edit layout. Exit layout. Now when we go console, daily sales, the newest ones are right on top. At 113. So anyway, I really appreciate you for watching, and I really appreciate you to subscribe. We're gonna have a whole lot of really neat things coming up. Some more different programs, some really great ideas, some things that you might want to add to your system, some things you might not want to add to your system. But hey, just let me know if you have any ideas or any thoughts, and I will get back with you, and or you'll see it here just like you did today. We had an individual talk to me about creating a single script for all of the buttons, and I think we've accomplished that greatly. So just let me know and I will put it on. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.